Welcome to Belgrade.
Hi, I'm Nevena. I've lived in Belgrade for almost all my life, and today I want to show you one of my favorite places in the city. Follow me. This is Belgrade Fortress, Kalemegdan. It was built on a hill above the confluence of the two big rivers, Sava and Danube. It was destroyed and rebuilt over and over for 16 centuries, but it still stands at the center of Serbia's capital, around which the whole city was formed.
The Belgrade Fortress was built during a long period of time, from 2nd to 18th century. Destroyed and rebuilt numerous times, the fortress has become the symbol of the city that keeps rising and growing. The most beautiful and most spacious park in the nation's capital once used to be a field where battles were fought with enemies. Best time to visit? I would say all year round. If you come during the summer, you can take a break in one of the two cafes right in the fortress, but calming walks and beautiful sunset will wait for you anytime. Kalemegdan is right in the center of the city, so you can't really miss it. And while you're here, you can also visit Belgrade Zoo and ride on the Belgrade Ferris wheel. Military Museum, located on the Kalemegdan Fortress, is one of the places that should not be missed on your Belgrade tour. This museum is the most accurate witness of changes in history at this part of Balkans and wider. The museum has over 3,000 ancient and modern items, which include everything from Roman swords and helmets to items of modern war history. Outside the museum's main building, you find yourself surrounded by numerous tanks, torpedoes, mines, and armored cars of many types. Some of those vehicles are captured in World War II and some from NATO troops in 1990s. This extensive collection of heavy weaponry sits on the grassy areas all around the museum, including tanks, heavy artillery guns, and other types of large-scale weapons, which represent a somewhat surreal sight to enjoy in the calm and beautiful surrounding of the fortress. Besides the Military Museum, you can also visit Gallery of the National History Museum and the Observatory. And there are also two churches inside the fortress, Ružica Church and the Chapel of Sveta Petka, which you can visit. And yes, you can definitely walk for hours and explore the park without getting bored.
Many people, when visiting a new country, want to experience local culture and interact with locals. Well, this is a great place to do that.
Kalemegdan is one of the main meeting points of the locals, and not only that, but many of them spend their days and evenings walking through the park. Every day you can find two people playing chess surrounded by spectators. If you know how to play, you can definitely join them for a game. Or just stop for a moment and enjoy some ethno-traditional music. Many mysteries, legends, and facts are written in the walls of this remarkable place, and some of the biggest are definitely about the Roman well. We are now at the Roman well within the Kalemegdan fortress. Even though it's called Roman, it wasn't actually built by Romans at all. The well was built in 16th century by Austrians. This building was called the Large Well, and the name Roman Well was first recorded in the 19th century, and it was based on folk tales about old buildings whose origins are forgotten and were often attributed to the Romans. Many legends and curious stories surround the Roman well, like the one where Nazi treasure hunters were tossed down and their bodies were never found, or some traders left to eat each other inside. And there's one where the wife was murdered by a jealous husband, and that's just to name a few. There are many free walking tours that you can take on your visit, and you can definitely walk around the Kalemegdan by yourself, as there is no entrance fee or working hours. It's open day and night. But it might be interesting to hear some amazing stories by local guides who can take you to some hidden places and underground of the fortress. Beneath every footstep made in the Belgrade Fortress lies more history than it can be found in any history book. And besides many stories and legends you can hear about the fortress, you can also spend your time exploring its beautiful parks and towers and watch the magnificent sunset from the upper part of the fortress.
The beauty and significance of this place can be conceived only if you visit. So if you find yourself in this part of the world, I highly recommend that you put Belgrade and Kalemegdan Fortress on your list.